My name is Ms. Mali Alvarez, and I want to welcome you to the episode 5 of the Wildcast, where we will be talking to a current DelCampo alumni studying at Columbia University in the US and her journey from DelCampo all the way to Columbia. I want to present to you Genesis Maldonado, an absolutely extraordinary human being, not only student, but a human being inside and out. Genesis, welcome to the Wildcast.
Hi, Miss. Hi, everyone.
How have you been doing? Let's recap a little about how you've been.
I've been doing great. I've been resting because life at Columbia can be a bit hectic.
Yeah.
So I think being able to finally sleep and see my family, Miss Mali again, and my friends, and being able to just
to visit us here again.
Yeah.
Genesis, just like we did with Gabi in our last podcast, you would come to my office and visit me constantly. And it was one of like the favorite parts of my day when I would see you come in with Domi, with so many Daniel, so many people behind you asking me questions and just wanting to catch up. And I want this to be like that. Just you and I having a conversation about what has life been at Columbia. Was it everything you dreamt? How have you lived it? How's it going?
I think you kind of go there with an expectation and then you're like, oh, this is nothing like what I've imagined. I think it really is about you becoming an adult, right? I remember vividly like taking my subway for the first time alone.
Yeah.
Right? And being like, oh my God, something bad's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I'm really here, right? And it's all because back then when I was a DCS student, I took that extra step, that extra mile, and studied a bit more, took those APs, and just
try to go the extra mile.
The extra mile.
What did you used to be like when you were at DelCampo? I have my version of when I first saw you walking the halls, and I want to see your perception on how you saw yourself.
Like we used to talk about, I used to be very shy. But then I remember once middle school came around, I was like, I have to live more, and I think I can show people what I am, like who I am. Mm-hmm. And it all comes with you just going out of your comfort zone. And I think that's like, it unraveled everything else, right? Being able to take that extra mile for AP exams, for like, if you want to go there, being able to understand that it's not about you being comfortable with what you're doing, but understanding that with discomfort, knowledge comes, and like you just understand that you're being able to understand life and the world way better.
Did you feel my perception of you when you first came to DelCampo, when I was talking about that with Gabi, I sort of mentioned it in my podcast before. The metamorphosis of when you came in and you transferred into DelCampo and when you graduated, would you call yourself a shy and introverted person or an extroverted person?
I think I'm a shy person that gets too comfortable sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You would still think you're shy?
Yeah. Because when I went to Columbia, like when I first got there, I was still very shy. But because I'm like, okay, I already did this before at DCS. I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to do it again, 100%. All over again, because I already know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it.
I would say that when I first saw you, I would call you a little bit shy, but when you graduated DelCampo, that was a whole metamorphosis and completely different. I even used to tell you, Genesis, you're so funny that you should do stand-up shows, stand-up comedy, even in New York. I think you would do great. But I totally saw that change in you. What do you think influenced, and do you think your metamorphosis was important?
Oh, I totally believe it was an important factor to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
And I think being able to connect with a lot of people, because DCS gives you that perspective, like this worldwide perspective of, yes, you're here, but you want to get there.
You
right?
could reach it. Yeah.
And I think with my professors, especially Mr. Rhodes and Mr. Bowden, and I think talking to them and them always telling you, go that extra mile, right? And I think me as an only child, right? I think people tend to expect me to be like very shy and like not ongoing. And I think at heart I am like that.
Yeah.
But then I grew up with my cousins and
A lot of them. I
yeah, a
remember
lot
from
of
your
them,
essays.
right?
Yeah.
And so I think that gave me those tools that a lot of people with siblings have. But then all of a sudden I don't have my cousins anymore, and I'm left with my parents and that's it, right? So I get to actually live what an
were
only
gonna
child
live in-
lives,
yeah.
right?
100%.
And then I think those two environments gave me two different perspectives that helped me on like navigate life, right? Because you need to understand that you need a community to grow
Yeah.
and to just understand who you are. But then you also need to be able to be okay with yourself and by yourself, because then you're going to think, how am I feeling, right? How am I acting? Do I like what's going on? Should I change this? Should I keep doing this, right? So I think those two environments help quite a lot. Yeah.
Quite a lot. And I remember some of my favorite stories about you was when you came back from a summer. I think you were going into 12th grade, and you showed me what you were doing in your student profile, the research that you had done at a local university here. And I remember reading that you would take the public transportation at times because your parents couldn't go pick you up.
Yeah.
And I remember reading it, and I was like, Genesis, what in the world are you thinking? But I want us to talk about that because it's part of I believe the important, that extra mile, that extra step that even a shy student, if you feel introverted or even if you're extroverted, sometimes we're held back, but you seem to have that little zest in you, that like little spark that said, you know what, I have my dreams and my ambitions are this high, which we will talk about that later, pertaining your dad and your family life in El Zamorano. But you had really high ambitions and you said, you know what, I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to take the chance. Do you remember us having that conversation?
Yeah, I remember you laughing.
And I was like, and I included that in my counselor recommendation on the courage it would take for a student your age to do that almost on a every single day basis. What were your parents like growing up?
Well, my mom grew up with seven siblings.
Wow.
Right, but then my dad, he only had one brother, so I think there's a bit of a contrast over there.
Yeah.
Right, but I think my dad is from the south, right?
Okay.
So he had to come to the capital when he was like 15.
That's
Just
really young.
His brother and
him.
So I think knowing that, I'm like, if he was able to do that when he was 15, I think I can do this being 18, right? And I think my mom is also that way. She's from Tegucigalpa, but I think she's very bold, way more than I am.
Wow.
Right? So I'm like, you know what? I have to live up to that, right? If they're like that, I have to be like that, right?
You would say your dad is one of your role models, because I remember you mentioning in your essay about you guys. There was a time when your dad had to go live abroad, and he would call you almost every night, and he would say, "What phrase, Genesis?"
Genesis research of the day, and he would talk to me about what he was doing for his PhD.
What was he studying?
He studied food science, and that's what his PhD was.
He was getting a PhD in the U.S.
Yeah.
And so he would he would call Genesis every night and talk about research that he was doing. And lo and behold, you want to study. What are you trying to major in Colombia?
I'm majoring in chemical engineering. Then I plan on getting a PhD in the food science sector.
Go Genesis. She can do it. You can not only do it, but I am so excited to see like I almost like want to fast forward 5 years into your life and see you doing so much cool stuff. But I remember him being a great source of inspiration for you. Did he motivate you to dream big, or was he the type of parent who was maybe, since you're an only child and a girl going into a field that's very unique for a girl, was he a bit more maybe I don't want to say the word scared, but a little holding you back? What was he like?
I think I'm very grateful that my parents didn't hold me back.
No.
Right? I think they were always telling me, okay, if you think you can do it, try. There's nothing wrong. That's the thing. There's nothing wrong with you failing, right? Because I think a lot of people don't try like new things out because they're like, what if I fail?
They hold
right?
themselves back.
So they get too comfortable in what they know because that's what's helping them like keep up with their self-esteem, right? And I think as for me, right, as someone who gets a lot of their self-esteem from the academics, I'm like, and I feel like I understood that way more when I got to Colombia. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you, I don't know, getting a 70, right?
Yeah.
Like, just try to do better next time.
That's
right?
one data point. What really mattered is how much effort you put into it. And let's talk about Colombia a little, because when I talk about AP classes and some students say, I just want to coast, or there's parents who say, no, Miss, but that's going to bring his grade down because it's an AP. What would be your recommendations? What are a typical class at like Columbia? The load, is it interesting? What are professors like? Who have you met that's cool?
I mean, the first point I want to make is you don't want to go for the safe option, right? If you want to take the AP, that's what's telling the universities, they want to try to be more. Like, I know that I can do this. Let me see if I can do this, right? So being able to understand that with discomfort, growth comes as well, gives you an insight of how good that person can be when they grow up, right? And then at Columbia, the classes are very interesting. I think so many, like they're so smart, right? And
you're surrounded by brilliant people.
Yeah, so I think you are your environment, right? And I think the more you see, the more you want.
Yeah.
So if I see these really ambitious people and really smart people, I'm like, oh, I want to study more. And I noticed that, like, of course, it's university, you have to study way more.
Yeah.
But the hours I put into studying grows a lot because my environment is what's making me want that.
Pushing you to thrive. So it's not like a force. It's almost like it pushes you to want to be better and do better, do more. How long does a typical Columbia exam last for?
A midterm is around an hour and 15 minutes. And as for the final, you do get 3 hours.
3 hours?
But those 3 hours go by like this.
They fly. And what time do you wake up and you go to sleep?
So I wake up at 6, then I go to the gym with my friends. Then I get breakfast. And that's another thing. Breakfast is amazing. I think like what keeps me going is the fact that I have a routine and I have people, right, that I follow it with, right? Because sometimes you just don't want to go to the gym. Yeah. Because like you don't feel motivated. But it's not about motivation. It's about this is what I'm sticking to, right? So
the discipline I'm going through it.
It's about being disciplined, right? And I think it applies not just to the gym, but also to like the academics part of it. And then once I'm done with breakfast, I take a shower and then I start with the day. I go to the class. I go to classes, and sometimes I'm like, do I really want to go? But then I have Matias, who's my friend, and he's like, no, you have to go, right? So we go together. So it's about knowing who you're surrounding yourself with.
And your group of friends, have you been able to make a nice amount of friends?
Yeah.
Are they mixed from every part of the countries or world?
Yeah.
How many nationalities would you say?
My close friends, they're all like Colombians, from Uruguay, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador, but also a lot of people from India, Puerto Rico. And then I think what I connect the most with is sharing our culture, right? Because I have some Indian friends and I love their dances, right? So I teach them Spanish and they teach me their dances. And I think that's really beautiful.
That's another fun fact about you, Genesis. Genesis is a really, really curious person. You know Korean. She knows English, Spanish, Korean. I remember you got to a point where you went to a summer program in Yale. If I remember correctly, you got a full ride to study in that summer program. And she made friends from India. Yeah. And we were doing some cool projects abroad as well. We haven't even mentioned, talk about the cool opportunity that you got at Columbia. how much do you pay in Colombia?
I got a full ride. So
What does that mean? How much money is that?
That's around $100K per year.
$100,000 per year. Do you know many students at Columbia that have that full ride? You don't know any other?
No, I do know. Like,
Frances.
Let's talk about Frances. I know like 3 more, but it's not that common. Yeah,
it's not that common. You're unique, because you are a unique person, inside and out. And I think part of the success, and what will keep making you be successful, quote unquote, whatever that means to you, is that part where you mix the capacity that you have in your brain and the capacity that you have in your heart, the joy that you bring to the environments you participate in. And I'm truly excited about your future. What are some of the things that you still have 2 more years to graduate, right? 3?
Yeah.
Oh my God, time flies. 3 more years. What are some of the things that have you excited for next year at Columbia?
Research, internships, making new friends, and
cool professors.
Yeah.
Who did you meet last time? Who did you see last time?
I saw Hillary Clinton, and I'm just like, oh yeah, she's a professor here, and I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, she's never gonna be my professor because I'm studying engineering.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you see amazing people just hanging out, right? And it's not about just famous people, but
cool people doing
like,
interesting studies.
Exactly. They're filming a movie right now.
Yeah.
Over there, and I'm like, oh, I wish I was there. But
FOMO.
Yeah.
100%.
At its finest. Yeah. But I also understand that you do need to rest, right? Because it is a very, I don't know, maybe hectic environment sometimes. But you do enjoy it. Yeah.
And what would be some of your parting advice for students who are currently, I don't even believe just in high school, but who are at school right now? What would be your parting words for them and your advice on how they should approach life, one, and if their dreams are to achieve attending Columbia or university of that caliber?
I would say, don't think that Ivy is the way to go every single time, right? If you want to do, like, be able to understand that your goals have to align where you are at right now, right? So if I want to study culinary arts, try maybe Europe, right? It's about knowing what's going to work for you. And also, I think this is something I would tell the parents, right? Let your kids live, right? And let them understand that it's up to them how life goes for them, right? And
how they want to pursue it.
Like, give them the tools and let them just try new things out, right? Give them the opportunities and let them work with what you're giving to them.
Thank you so much, Genesis. You know what you mean to us and how much we love you here at DelCampo. And I wanted to thank you for visiting us and always letting our community know what you are about. If you guys are still interested in more information, please feel free to leave some comments. We can keep talking with Genesis. We talk all the time through WhatsApp. We connect through video, Zoom. Once you leave DelCampo never leaves you. Truly. So I adore talking to you during each month and catching up together. So please, let's never stop doing that. And I wanted to thank you. If you want more information, visit us at delcampo.education. And thank you for joining us for our episode 5, Living the Life at Columbia.